The sun is out, the sky is almost blue, but not quite. At least it isn't raining. Hello everyone, we are back together again. English Addict is with you live from the birthplace of the English language, which just happens to be, well, you know where it is. I know where it is. But for those who don't know where it is, it's England. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. I hope you're feeling happy. Well, this isn't going to work, is it? Let's face it, this is not working already. I realise that I can't see a thing. I thought today I would do something that I've never done before. I am not wearing my glasses on my live stream. And I have to say, I think it might already be a mistake because I can't see anything. I will try to do it for a little bit longer, but I don't think it's going to work. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan, by the way. Here I am. Can you see me? It says my name underneath there as well. At least I think it does, because everything around me is blurred. And that leads me on to today's subject. What we are talking about on today's live stream is all about that particular thing. Sight. Things to do with sight, your vision, the way we see, the things we see, the way in which we see things around us, and of course all the words and phrases connected to that as well. It is a lovely day today. We have some nice weather. You can see behind me, although I can't see it. Everything is out of focus because, of course, I am not wearing my glasses, which might be a very silly thing to do. Oh, that's better. I can see you now. There you are. Thank goodness for that. I was worried for a moment there that you wouldn't be able to see me, but you can see me and I can see you. And it is lovely, by the way, to have you here today. Thank you very much for joining me. Isn't it lovely? Hello to the live chat. We have the live chat here as well. I'm going to say hello to all of my viewers. If you are here for the first time, please let me know. If it is your second time here, please let me know as well. Hello to, Beatrice. Guess what, Beatrice? You are first on today's live chat. Congratulations to you, Beatrice. By the way, we are using a different camera today. Things are slightly different for one particular reason. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there is something going on here in the studio at the moment, and that's all I'm saying for now. I don't want to spoil the surprise, you see. English Addict is with you, and yes, we have made it all the way to Wednesday. Wednesday is here, and I'm very pleased to see that it has arrived again, because it means that we are very close to Friday. Are you looking forward to Friday? I think most people are. We are now halfway through November, and I have a feeling that at this time of year, especially if you live in this part of the world, where the days become shorter and we have very long and cold nights. Yes, winter is approaching, and I have to say today it does feel rather cold. I think it's only about 9 degrees, 9 Celsius today. And that does not feel very warm at all, if you want my opinion on it. Here's a word, and I sometimes like to show you a word. And today I'm showing you a word because that's what I'm here to do. Here's an interesting word, manipulate. Look at that. That is a big word. It also happens to be a very interesting word, to manipulate something. If you want to change the shape, or if you want to change the appearance of something, to move something from one position to another, quite often with your hands. Perhaps you manipulate something using your hands. You might change the shape of something. So quite often when we say manipulate, we are changing the form or the shape of something. Of course, there are other ways of using the word manipulate in general tense, especially when we are talking about the way in which people behave towards each other. It is possible for one person to manipulate another quite often into a different way of thinking or looking, or maybe if you are trying to deceive someone as well, you might manipulate that person. You are trying to change the way they think or the way they see the world around them. So quite often we do use this word. You might hear it used, for example, in politics. Maybe a politician is trying to manipulate the people they are talking to by saying certain things in a certain way. Maybe they add information. Maybe they take information away. Maybe they hide something from the people they are talking to. So the word manipulate is often used, well, you can use it in a figurative way, I suppose, if you are talking to someone, maybe in relationships. Yes. A very modern word that we often use is gaslight. If you gaslight someone, you manipulate their mental health. You make them believe that things around them are not as they see them. Quite often in relationships, one partner might manipulate the other. They might say things or do things that makes that particular person see the world differently. And yes, it can happen quite often in human nature. This is something that human beings do quite often. They often manipulate each other. They will try to change the way in which another person sees something. Quite often in the media as well. People often say that certain news outlets or maybe a certain broadcaster manipulates the information. Maybe they change the way in which people see things. So the word manipulate is a word that has many uses, not only literal in the sense of changing the shape of something, quite often using your hands to change the form of something, but also if you want to change the way in which a person sees the world around them as well. You manipulate that person or that thing. So there it was, today's word, and I suppose I could call it the word of the day. It is a word that's been used recently quite a lot for various reasons. Ariel Castilla, hello to you. Thank you very much for your super chat. Isn't that very nice? There is a song by Johnny Nash called I Can See Clearly Now. Oh, yes. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. You mean that one? Do you mean that song? Yes, it is a very famous song, very well known. Thank you, Ariel, for your super chat today. You are welcome to make a small donation on the Super Chat if you feel like it. You don't have to, but if you feel like it, I'm not going to stop you. So today we are looking at a very interesting group of words and expressions, all connected to sight, the way we see things, the way we view the world around us. Maybe words connected to sight, maybe the way we see, maybe the process of actually seeing. And you may have noticed I do wear glasses. I have worn spectacles since I was around 7 years of age, and it's very strange the way I found out that I needed glasses, because at school I had difficulty seeing the blackboard in front of me. And because of that, my learning fell back, and the teacher actually knew that I was having difficulty. They noticed it, and they were trying to work out why I was having difficulty in some of my classes. And the reason was I couldn't see the blackboard because I was sitting too far back. So as a temporary solution, and this is something that actually happened, the teacher, one of the teachers in one of the classes, put my desk right in front, right next to the blackboard. So I was sitting right in front of the blackboard. In fact, it was right in front of my face, so I could see the writing that the teacher had put on the blackboard. It's true, and that's how I found out that I needed glasses. So my mother took me to the optician. Now here we call the person who looks after your eyes the optician. I know in America, in the United States, they call them optometrists. So an optometrist is the same as an optician. So here we call them that. Opticians is what we call them. So that is what we call a person who looks after your eyes. So I wear glasses, and as I mentioned at the start of today's live stream, my eyesight is very poor. I have bad eyesight. Some people can see things far away, but they can't see things nearby. Some people can't see anything far away, but they can see things nearby. That is me, by the way. I am short-sighted, which means that my eyes cannot focus far away. So anything further away than just 2 or 3 feet, I have difficulty seeing. In fact, over the years, my eyesight has got much worse. A lot worse than it used to be. Can I say hello to Vitas? Hello, Vitas. Sadly, you weren't first today. You were second. So I suppose that's not too bad. Also, we have Marcia. Hello, Marcia. Nice to see you as well. Udom. Also, we have Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you here as well. Yes, I'm using some different equipment today, so that's why maybe I look slightly different. The colour perhaps is slightly different, but I am here as well. Do not worry. I used to hide my glasses when I was a child because I did not want to wear them, says Palmyra. And I'm going to be honest here. I like to be honest with you. I have never worried about wearing glasses. It's never actually bothered me. I know at school, some of the kids, some of my classmates, some of the other children at school used to call me names. They used to call me Four Eyes. That's not very nice, is it? 4 eyes? Goggle eyes? That's it, really. So I did get picked on slightly at school, but then they used to pick on me for everything. So it was kind of in the mix, as it were. But yes, wearing glasses can be awkward for some people. Some people don't like wearing glasses. Some people don't want to wear glasses. I know one person who definitely does not like wearing glasses. Can you guess who it is? Yes, you guessed right. Christina, I bought my first pair of glasses a few days ago just to read some books because I couldn't read closely or close up. That is a common thing that happens as you get older. You often find that you can't see things that are close to you. You can't see things that are nearby. And this is something that happens to many people over a certain age because your eyes become a little weak because of old age. It happens to all of us, apparently, even me, unfortunately. So yes, quite often you find that you can't see things close up or nearby. And that's what happens to many people, including someone that I know quite well. Sometimes they have to wear glasses when they are looking at things close up. I won't tell you who it is because he will be embarrassed and angry, I think. These days, many people do wear glasses, so it is no problem. Yes, I've noticed that. I've noticed that I think more people than before wear glasses than maybe years and years ago. When I was at school, not many people wore glasses. I will be honest with you. So in my school, there were only a few people, a few of the students who wore glasses. So yes, you're right. I think these days, I might be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but I think these days more and more people do wear glasses. I think so. Oh, hello, Claudia. Nice to see you here today. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I'm very busy. I will watch the video later. I will see you later. Thank you very much, Claudia, for saying hello. I know you have a lot on your plate at the moment. If you have a lot on your plate, it means you have many things to deal with. Many things happening in your life. So don't worry, Belarusia, or as we often call you, Claudia. It's nice to see you here as well. Hello, Yianine. Yianine. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I am here working, but I'm also listening to you as well. A lot of people do that. Some people don't watch my live stream. They actually listen to the live stream as if they are listening to a podcast. So I think that's quite a good idea. If you want to just listen to my live stream, and if it helps you in some way, do it. Don't worry about it. By the way, another thing I want to mention, please give me a lovely like if you can. Please give me a like. I will be ever so pleased if you can do that for me to show that you enjoy what I do. My granddaughter is over 18 and also wears glasses too. Sometimes you might see a baby, a very young child wearing glasses. I always find that quite interesting when you see a very young child, or even I've seen babies in the past actually wearing little glasses. It looks very cute, I know, but it's also very unusual. But yes, sometimes you can. Mosen is here. Hello, Mosen. It feels like a long time since I said hello to you, so I will say hello to you right now. Very nice to see you here as well. Mustafa is here. So I have to wear glasses. I have no choice. It doesn't bother me. In fact, I suppose the one thing that about my appearance that I don't actually worry about is wearing glasses. And also you might notice today I'm not wearing my hat. It might cause a little bit of a sensation or maybe a little bit of worry, but I'm not wearing my hat today. I am wishing that my hair will grow back. And if you look carefully, you can see that I think my hair is actually growing back. I don't know how it's happening. Maybe it's all the nutrients and all of the vitamins that I'm taking. Maybe that's what's helping my hair slowly grow back. I hope so. Luis Mendez, I don't wear glasses, but now I need to extend my arms, so I have to go. Yes, sometimes people will read and they will have the thing very far away from them. So they read, but they have the paper or the book very far away. So they read like this. I've seen that happen. And I know someone else who does that. Can you guess who it is? I wonder if you can guess who it is. Mustafa says, I thought something was missing and I couldn't tell what it was. It took me a while to realise that you didn't have your hat. It is true, I'm not wearing my hat today. I hope it's not too disturbing for you. I hope not. Yes, it is very important. I think of all the senses, because we often think of our senses, hearing, smell, and of course sight. I think of all the senses that you might lose. I think sight is the one that I really would not want to lose. I might not worry about losing my hearing, to be honest. Isn't that strange? Now, you might think, Mr. Duncan, you are wrong, but I would hate to lose my eyesight. I think of all the things that you could lose. I think your eyesight is the most precious of all. Giovanni is here. Hello, Giovanni. We have our subject coming up in a few moments, by the way. Mr. Duncan, I hope everything is okay with you. Nice pair of glasses, Mr. Duncan. You do look nice without the hat. It suits you, this style. Thank you very much. Well, quite often I don't wear a hat. Quite often I do. It depends what the situation is. So if I go out somewhere, quite often I will wear a hat. But if I'm in the house or if I'm socialising in a casual way, I won't wear a hat. So I don't always wear a hat, but then I don't always not wear a hat. If that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does. So we have today's subject coming up in a few moments. We'll have a quick break and then we will be back talking all about words and phrases connected to sight, vision, and things that use your eyes. All of that coming up next. It is English Addict coming to you live from England. Hello there. It's ever so nice to have you here today. It's very nice to be with you on this Wednesday, the 15th of November, and we are heading very rapidly towards the end of November. It will soon be December. By the way, a big decision that I've made this year, I haven't mentioned this yet, but this year I am breaking from my tradition. This year I am not putting any lights on the house this year. So I'm not doing the Christmas lights outside. I will be putting lights in the house and in the windows, but this year, no Christmas lights outside. I just don't have time to do it because it takes a lot of time, and also you need at least 3 or 4 days of good weather, and at the moment we are not having that. So that is the reason why. But no, this year there will be no Christmas lights on the house, but there will be Christmas lights in the house and also around me as well as we head into December. But that, of course, is all to come. It's still on its way. Hello to the live chat. Kazi is here. Kazi Mazin. Hello to you. Nice to see you here on the live chat. Also, Leandro. Leandro. Hello, Leandro. Nice to see you here as well. Welcome to the live chat. By the way, the view behind me, that is the weather outside the window right now. You can see that many of the trees have changed colour. They are starting to look golden and quite beautiful. You might also notice there are some sheep. So those little white dots that you can see, they are actually sheep in the field at the front of the house. So yes, it is a nice day today, even though, unfortunately, it is very cold, especially at night. I really like Mr. Steve when he's wearing his big hat. Mr. Steve also likes to wear that hat as well. In fact, he wears it quite a lot. He really does. Please talk about... I can't read that, unfortunately, because it's in Arabic. I don't read Arabic, unfortunately. I can just about read English, to be honest with you, with my limited skills. So today we are looking at things connected to sight, and also seeing and vision as well. Words and phrases connected to the most important thing, as far as I'm concerned anyway. I think sight is the most precious of all the senses. Now, I'm not saying that hearing isn't important, but I think of the two things. I think if I couldn't see, I think that would be terrible. But if I lost my hearing, then I suppose I could still survive and I could still see the beautiful colours of nature around me. So I think it would bother me quite a lot if I lost my eyesight. But if I lost my hearing, I think I could still enjoy life quite a lot. Mr. Duncan, what? We can't believe that you are not putting your Christmas lights up this year. Well, this year I'm doing something slightly different. I'm not going to tell you what it is because, again, I want to keep it as a surprise. So here we go then. We are looking at words and phrases connected to sight, seeing, and vision. Well, first of all, we have this word here, visual. Visual. So anything that you look at, the action of seeing, the action of looking at something that has to be seen is visual, or something that is used to be seen. So you are using something, maybe you are reading a book, maybe you are looking at pictures. We describe those things as visual, something that is on display, something that you can see is visual. So vision is the action of looking or seeing. Something that is visual is a thing that can be seen. Quite often in teaching, we use visual tools or things you can look at, words in a book, pictures, or maybe something projected on a screen in front of you. Visual, the act of looking and the thing that can be seen or must be seen is visual. Visual. We often use the word vision when we are looking at something. And of course, it is the sense of sight, which is vision. Here is an interesting phrase. This is one of our first phrases today. Seeing is believing. Quite often, we do tend to trust our eyes. When we see something, we often believe it. Quite often we will say, I won't believe that thing you are telling me until I see it with my own eyes. Seeing is believing. So quite often we will use this phrase when we are trying to persuade someone that it is true. We might say, seeing is believing. Once you see that thing, you will believe it is real. And quite often people do want evidence. They want some sort of proof that something is real. I suppose one of the things that comes to my mind at the moment is aliens. Little green men landing on the planet and asking to be shown to our leader. Well, something like that maybe, yes. Seeing is believing. So maybe a person will tell you that they saw an alien in their back garden, a little green man walking around their garden. But you don't believe them. You might want proof that that thing actually occurred. But even if you can see that thing, even if you do see it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is true. So maybe that particular phrase is a little bit outdated nowadays. Here's another one. We might describe a person as having 20/20 vision. 20/20 vision means you have a clear view. Maybe we are referring to your eyesight. We can say that a person's eyesight is clear. That person can see clearly. They have 20/20 vision. They can see something very clearly, just like the song that I was singing earlier. Here's another one. Blur the lines. You might blur the lines. So when we talk about blurring, it means something will go out of focus. It will become unclear. For example, if I take my glasses off for a moment, everything is blurred. I can't see anything around me. And that's the reason why I wear my glasses, so I can see what is around. You blur the lines. So if someone blurs the lines, it means they are making something seem distorted or unclear. You blur the lines. Quite often in life we look at things as being divided or in certain places. So if you blur the lines, it means those things are crossing over with each other. You blur the lines. Those things are becoming merged. If you blur the lines. Here's another one. Oh, something catches your eye. Something catches your eye. If something catches your eye, it means you notice something, or suddenly you become attracted to a certain thing. It catches your eye. Maybe you're walking past a shop window and suddenly you notice a pair of shoes, a beautiful pair of shoes in the window. Ooh, ooh. That thing catches your eye. Something that is very clear, something that is very easy to understand, something that can be perceived easy is crystal clear. A thing that is crystal clear is something that can be seen easily. Crystal clear. So quite often when we think of crystal, we think of something that is very defined, sharp, and easy to see. Crystal clear. So a thing that is crystal clear is very obvious, clear, something that you are explaining. A lot of people say, Mr. Duncan, your explanation is crystal clear. It means it is very easy to understand. Something that is crystal clear is easy to understand. Some people might experience a vision. You have a vision. Quite often, the vision will be in your imagination, something that you suddenly think about, something that you see. Maybe you have some inspiration. Perhaps you believe that you saw something in front of you. You might have a vision. Maybe at night you are alone in your house and perhaps you see someone in your garden walking around. You might describe that as a vision. Something that is unclear, something that you think is there, but also might not be. You have a vision. Something appears in front of you. Also, if you have inspiration, maybe you get a good idea about something, maybe you have a vision for something that you want to do or something you want to achieve in your life. You can experience that vision as well. Here is a phrase that a lot of people use these days, especially when we are talking about being watched by others, especially here on the internet. You may have noticed that if you want to be successful here on YouTube, you have to have lots of eyeballs, which is a modern phrase that often means viewers. So if you refer to having eyeballs, it means you have viewers. Of course, generally speaking, your eyeballs are your actual physical eyes. But these days, we often talk about eyeballs when we are talking about viewers. How many people are watching you right now? How many people are viewing the thing you are showing? Eyeballs refers to viewers, the people watching around. Here's another one. A focus group. Now, these days, when something is being developed or created, quite often we will ask one or a group of people what they think about that particular thing. Focus group. Now, I remember earlier this year, I was actually involved with a focus group connected to YouTube. And this was all about music. So music and the way music is used on YouTube. And I was invited to take part in a focus group. That means a group of people meet together and they all discuss a certain topic or a certain aspect. So in this particular case, it was about music and the usage of music on YouTube. So I was part of a focus group. So this is something that is used quite often nowadays. You normally ask maybe 3 or 4 or maybe a whole group of people what they think about a certain thing. We often call it a focus group, a group of people that meet together to talk about a certain thing, or maybe to work out whether a certain thing is good or bad. Focus group. You might also focus on something. So this means to concentrate. Maybe you focus on one thing. Maybe you have an examination coming up soon and you have to work very hard because you need to pass the exam. So you focus on your studies. That means you give all of your attention to that one thing. You focus on that particular thing. If something is in focus, it means it is clear. It is very easy to see. As I mentioned earlier, I have to wear glasses because if I don't, everything is out of focus. It means I can't see anything around me. So if something is in focus, it means it is clear. Something in focus is clear. We can often use this figuratively to show that we understand something. It is all in focus. I understand what you are saying. I know what you mean. It is in focus. Here's another one. Oh, something that happens suddenly. Something that happens quickly. Maybe something that occurs very fast. Perhaps you don't even notice it. It happens in the blink of an eye. That is how fast it is. Bahram says you can have treatment. A doctor with a laser can cure your short-sightedness just within a few seconds. Yes, I know that. However, laser surgery on your eyes is great if you are younger, but not if you're older, because my eyesight is really bad. So I have in the past looked at laser surgery, having laser treatment to fix my eyesight. However, because my eyesight is so bad and so poor, I can't actually correct this. So my eyesight is very, very bad. If I take my glasses off, I am as blind as a bat. Keep your eye on the ball to concentrate on what you are doing. Do not lose concentration. You have to keep your eye on the ball. When we say that, we mean that you have to concentrate on the thing you are doing. Do not lose concentration. Keep your eye on the ball. There is another phrase as well that we use, keep your eye on the prize. So maybe something you want to do, maybe something you are aiming for, maybe something you want to achieve. You have a certain goal. You keep your eye on the prize. Or in this situation, you keep your eye on the ball. It means to concentrate on what you are doing. Here's another one. So we had crystal clear earlier on, and now we have the opposite. Something that is out of focus or is unclear. So out of focus means everything that you are looking at is unclear. A thing that is out of focus cannot be seen clearly. It is hard to see. It is out of focus. Also, something that is out of sight. Maybe something hidden. Maybe something you can't see. A thing that is happening. Or maybe something that is going on that you are unaware of. It is out of sight. It cannot be seen easily. Maybe you have to look carefully for it. Something hidden, something that is concealed, is out of sight. Here's another one. We are looking at words and phrases connected to sight, seeing, and also vision. To see sense. If you see sense, it means you realize something. You suddenly understand. Maybe you've made a mistake. Maybe you are doing something you shouldn't. But you take some advice from another person and then you change your behavior. You change your ways. You see sense. It means suddenly you do the right thing. You see sense. This can happen quite often in life. Sometimes we might lose sense. We might do the wrong thing. We might take the wrong action. But then, of course, we can also see sense. If you see sense, it means you understand your mistake, or maybe you see something clearly, something you didn't see clearly before. To see something clearly, of course, is very similar. You understand that thing. So in this sense, the word see is actually being used to mean understand. You understand that thing. You see something clearly. So maybe if we are talking about your vision, you can see something clearly. It is very easy to see. But also something you understand. You see something clearly. You understand that thing very well. See the light. I have seen the light. Quite often, if a person suddenly receives some sort of inspiration, or maybe encouragement, or maybe something that makes them feel different about themselves, you can say that you have seen the light. It means you understand something much clearer. Or maybe you have discovered the thing that makes you happy, or maybe the thing that inspires you to do something. You see the light. We often use this in religious terms when we are talking about a person who discovers their true faith. We can say that they have seen the light. Here's another one. Oh, if a person is short-sighted, it means that they need to wear glasses. However, we can also use this figuratively to mean a person who cannot see the real situation. Or maybe they are a little naive. Maybe they are uneducated. Maybe they are not clear on that thing that they are talking about. Maybe they don't realize the importance of something. We can describe that person as short-sighted. It means they are not seeing something clearly, a certain situation, maybe something that is very important. You are being short-sighted. You are not taking something seriously. You are not viewing that thing as seriously as you should. You are being short-sighted. To have your sight set on something. So this is very similar to having a goal, something you want to do in life. You have your sight set on something. That means there is a thing in your future that you want to achieve, you want to get. You have your sight set on something. You could also say sights. You have your sights set on something. So some people say sight, some say sights. You have your sight set on something. It's a little bit like aiming at something. Maybe if you have a weapon, you are setting your sight. You are trying to focus on one particular thing. You have your sight set on something. Oh, here's another one. It's a very naughty one. To eye up someone. If you eye up someone, it means you are looking at them. You are looking at a person. Or maybe you are looking at a thing. You eye up something. You are appraising that thing. You are trying to make a judgment. If you eye up a beautiful woman, it means you are looking at her. Or maybe you are eyeing up a handsome man, or maybe a nice car, or maybe a lovely house. You are eyeing up that particular thing. To eye up something means to look at something. Normally, to evaluate or work out whether something is attractive or not. Turn a blind eye. If you turn a blind eye to something, it means you ignore that thing. You look the other way. You turn a blind eye. You are not looking. You are ignoring that particular thing. You could look at it, but you don't want to. You don't want to acknowledge that thing. So instead you look the other way. Or, of course, if you want to ignore something that another person is doing, you turn a blind eye. Maybe at work you are stealing something from your boss and someone else sees you do it. However, they don't say anything. Instead, they just turn a blind eye. It means they look the other way. They ignore that particular thing. You turn a blind eye. Finally, to be a visionary. Oh, very nice. A person who is a visionary is a person who can see things that other people can't. Maybe they have a way of doing something that other people don't understand, or maybe something that hasn't even happened yet, but you know all about it. You have a vision. You might describe inventors, people who create things, as visionary. They are a person who can see something that doesn't exist yet, or something that they want to create. They are a visionary. You might describe Elon Musk. A lot of people have said over recent years that he is a visionary. He is a person who can see things, maybe things that will happen in the far future. They are a visionary. Very nice. Very lovely. If you know someone who is a visionary, please let me know. So that was today's subject, and bye-bye. Off it goes. And I will see you on Sunday. I will see you on Sunday with Mr. Steve. He will be here on Sunday, so don't worry. It won't be just me on Sunday. It will be both of us here on Sunday afternoon. That is when you can see me live on YouTube. Once again, I will put this on the screen so you can see it. English Addict live every Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. I hope you can join me then. It will be quite nice to see you. If I was honest with you, it would be lovely to see you, in fact. I am going now. I will see you on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I hope it is a good one. I hope the weather is nice where you are. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this lovely, lovely day. Thank you very much. Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you, Zudzika. Thank you also, Mustafa. Thank you, Quitaiba. Hello, Quitaiba. I don't recognise your name. Also, Giovanni. Who else is here today? Palmyra. Beatrice. Ali Amor. Long time no see. Yes. Welcome back. It's nice to see you again. Thank you very much for your company. I will see you soon. And of course, until the next time we meet, go on. Give me a like. You know you want to. Until the next time we meet here, this is Mr. Duncan saying, I am going now, honestly. I know you don't want me to go. I know you're thinking, Mr. Duncan, please don't go. But I have to, unfortunately, because I have other things to do. I'm a very busy man these days. And, of course, ta-ta for now. See you on Sunday.